riding on an eastbound freight train, just a-speeding through the night. Hobo Bill, the railroad bum, was a-fighting for his life. Now the sadness of his eyes revealed the torture of his soul, as he raised a weak and weary hand to brush away the cold.
Hello, welcome to Cat Lady's Kitchen. And today we're going to make a fun something for dinner. And I call it my Hobo Packs. And we're going to make ours with a couple of steaks. These are actually venison steaks. You can use pork chops, chicken, steak, beef, anything. You could even make up your own like little mini whatever. And what we're making is called what I call Hobo Packs. And you can use your imagination, and it's really easy to put together. And as a matter of fact, I've made some of these before with one of my grandsons, and he helped me to put them together. And anytime you can get a kid involved in the kitchen cooking, they are going to eat. Basically what you need is some sort of a meat, and I have this here meat seasoning in a dry rub that I made with just some spices I like. And then I've been marinating it with the dry rub, and I sprinkled a little bit of Italian dressing on it. Yeah, really good. I've chopped up a couple of green onions right here. Now, you can use any onion or no onions or garlic or whatever you like. Remember, all these things are just, you know, what you like. I've got sliced potatoes. I peeled and sliced some potatoes here. This is a yellow squash. I had one left in the refrigerator, and I decided, why not? Let's incorporate some yellow squash into this, because I hate throwing food away. And then I've got some baby carrots that have been washed. Then I've got some of my favorite seasonings over here, and then I've got my olive oil, because you're going to need olive oil. And one of the most important things you're going to need is some heavy-duty aluminum foil. You can use regular aluminum foil, but I find when you put a lot of stuff in it, it has a tendency to tear easier. So if you can get the heavy-duty aluminum foil, now I've got the regular, you know, but if you want to get the double width or the more width or whatever, you know, the real wide stuff, that might even work even better if you're putting together a big meal. So, let me get this camera set up somewhere where you can see, and I will start. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with, since I want the vegetables, most of the vegetables to have, you know, the meat and the flavors from the meat rain down upon it, I'm just going to kind of make a small bed right in the middle of some sliced potatoes. And then, on the potatoes, I'm going to put a slice of meat. Then directly on top of the meat, I'm going to put some of the green onions. Okay, and now a little bit of the yellow squash. I like to have it flattened down. It doesn't have to look perfect. Most of the time you just kind of toss it together in there. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and put some carrots in here. And they're kind of going to be on the bottom. Just kind of try to get them up as close to the meat as possible. The wonderful thing about these Hobo Packs is you don't have a whole lot to clean up after dinner. As a matter of fact, if you were going to eat outside at a picnic table or whatever, you don't even need plates. Just open up the tin foil and just eat everything right from here. Okay, now that I've got some different vegetables, I'm just going to give it just a little drizzling of olive oil, and then go ahead and put your favorite spices or salt and pepper. I'm going to put on this a little bit of margarine because I like it. It smells good. You know me, I love my celery powder, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on here. smells and tastes so good. A little bit of parsley. Ah, boy, I messed that up, didn't I? That's okay. I love parsley. I forgot that I took the this shaker part off of there. I love chili powder too. Just give it a little bit of spice. Put a little bit of that on there. A little bit of pepper. Now I need some salt, and I don't want table salt. I love my sea salt. And then you just kind of fold everything up together. And you can fold it kind of tight, or if you want, just kind of bring everything together, and you want to try to make it airtight as possible. Because basically what you're doing is you're steam cooking everything together, and the juices from your, meat and your vegetables. How that seam looks there. And just kind of fold over the corners and edges over there, because you want to try to keep all the steam in, because basically it's going to steam cook, and when it's finished it's going to be the meat's going to be nice and tender. So now I need to make the other pack, and I need to put it in my old pan. And then we'll go from there. Okay, let me come back for a minute, because I've got the steaks wrapped up, and I had enough vegetables left over. I could do just a veggie pack. So I thought, why not take the opportunity to show you what I do when I have leftover vegetables when I make these, because sometimes you like seconds on vegetables, or maybe you want to do these Hobo Packs and you're a vegetarian. So, let's go ahead and put one together, and I'll show you how to make it really taste good. So go ahead, and whatever leftover potatoes you have, put it on a big sheet. Just kind of, we're going to clump it all together here. Carrots. If you're a vegetarian and you're on the go and you want to get home, throw one of these together, stick it in your oven, for a little while, go about your business, like the things that you have to do when you get home, like cleaning up, taking a shower, or whatever. Because it's just vegetables, probably won't take as long depending on the kind of vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to use all the seasonings that I used on the meat, but I'm going to use some more because the vegetables weren't marinating, so I'm going to use some more Italian dressing. I'm not going to add any extra olive oil. Yeah, you know what, maybe I would. I was going to use real butter, but really all you need is just a couple of drops of the olive oil. And this is to keep it from, sticking in the inside there. And then just kind of put your seasonings on here. Now, yeah, I overdid the parsley again on the other one, so. Isn't that looking pretty? Oh, it's pretty full. I love chili powder. I mean, you could use paprika, but I love chili powder. Just put all your favorite goodies on here. You could add a little bit of garlic to this, whatever you like. But this is going to be a nice little meal. And see, there's enough there for, a serving right here for like maybe 2 people to have extra vegetables, or if somebody don't like the meat that you're serving, you've got the extra vegetables, throw them together in here. I mean, if you're like me, you don't like to waste, number one. But if you have leftover stuff when you're preparing a dish like this, and you put it in the refrigerator with the intention of using it on another meal, you may forget that it's in the refrigerator, and by the time you remember it, you know, it no longer resembles vegetables or, you know, whatever. Okay, so nice airtight pack. I am not poking holes in any of these packs. Do not do that. You want the steam to cook from within. So just remember which one contains, whoops, I got you on the stove on a plate here. Remember which one contains the vegetables. Right here is meat, vegetables, meat. I put mine in the middle because that's why, you know, I'll remember where they are. In case this gets turned around, left, right, or whatever, you always know where your veggies are. So then you kind of, you know, put it in the oven. You know, you could cook this, like slow cook it in the oven for a really long time. And in the winter in particular, it'll keep your kitchen nice and warm. So this is a good one to make. Oh, and you know what? Those of you who are dieters and you're trying to, you know, do portion control, these are perfectly portioned per person. Okay? And you can make these up ahead of time, providing you use the proper vegetables that you can freeze. My suggestion would be use the frozen veggies. And you can use frozen veggies in these. You know, put your meat in there, put your seasonings in there, and your oil or whatever it is they're putting in there. Whatever. Brussels sprouts. Frozen green beans. Frozen asparagus. Oh my gosh, asparagus is good in these packs. Anything that's already in the freezer, you know, when you go to the grocery store and you buy bags of frozen vegetables, put them together, you know, stick them in a freezer bag after you wrap them in these for the, you know, to keep out, you know, any freezer burn. And then you have them already ready to go in the oven. Just stick them in there at a frozen state and cook them for several hours, you know, on a low temperature, like 200 degrees, 250 degrees. And, you know, you'll be able to smell when they're done, believe me. But yeah, all the cooking is done by its own steam, so you're not draining off, you know, water from your vegetables that contain the important nutrients. You have everything right here contained in this pack, and it tastes wonderful. Lots of benefits to Hobo Packs. Okay, yeah, that's working. Okay, and here we're back, and I just took the packs out of the oven. Going to turn them off now. And remember I said I put the middle one, which was just the extra vegetables, so we're going to open that one first and pour it into this bowl that I have right here. This is for when, you know, the pack you have isn't enough, and I had the extra vegetables, and I'm just going to, and look at the pots and pan cleanup I have, and there's a little bit left way back in there. Don't that look pretty? And then cleanup is as easy as this. This is cleanup, you know? Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to open up one of the packs that has the steak in it. And give it a try. Now, remember, you can do this when you go camping and campfires and stuff. And it's just really an easy, nice, healthy way to keep all the vitamins and minerals, you know, all in there, because it steam cooks in there. Look at, Okay, let's take and try this now. Look at the color of the potatoes, how everything just blended together, the carrots. But I'm going to try a piece of this meat here. Look at how tender. Got to show you this. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Tender. Steaming hot.
Dear.
It smells wonderful. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This is the way to go. This is the way to cook it. Remember, you can do not just steaks, you can do pork chops, you can do hamburgers, you can do chicken, you name it. And you can use any kind of vegetables. We talked about that before. So I'm going to eat this. You have a good one. Happy eating, everybody.
Riding on an eastbound freight train, just a-speeding through the night. Hobo Bill, the railroad bum, was a-fighting for his life. Now the sadness of his eyes revealed the torture of his soul, as he raised a weak and weary hand to brush away the cold.